Right, okay, guys. So today's video is going to be a little snippet of the stream that we did with Dominik Diamond, the Games Master special. Now, the reason why I wanted to put this little snippet up is because not only did I get to talk to Dominik Diamond from Games Master, someone I grew up watching on the TV, but I also got to talk Star Wars with him, which is another one of my loves. So, no more talking. Let's get into it. Okay, so everyone in the chat will know this. I'm the resident Star Wars geek of the Retro 5. So anyone who ever does... Yeah.
Really?
So this is kind of a Star Wars-y sort of question. So obviously you was lucky enough to interview Mark Hamill. And on one of your interviews, I'm sure I heard you say that you're taking your kids to see the new Disney Star Wars movies. Mm-hmm. So my question is, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
That's a good question. I have to say, I can't. I normally have the photo down there. It's actually my screensaver on my computer. It's me interviewing Mark Hamill because it was the greatest thing that I ever did. It was just the most. I still kind of pinch myself. I can't believe that I managed to do that. And it's also one of the few things that impresses my kids is that when I show them that photo, and they're like, oh, and what's weird is that they go, oh my God, there's Mark Hamill. Who's that guy beside him? Hang on. So, you know what? I hate to say Empire Strikes Back because it's the kind of cliched one, but it is an absolutely phenomenal movie, and it has the guts to end on a downer. And I thought that was really brave. And this was. It seems that every movie trilogy now has the second one end on a downer and end on a cliffhanger. And I think it's almost got a bit lazy. I think Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back was one of the few that did that for a legitimate reason. And I think the reason that they did that, well, the reason I like to think they did that is it was such a jaw-dropping moment. It will never be topped in movies. Luke, I am your father. You had to end the movie then. You couldn't, you had to just, right, I've got to sit down here. I've got to let that sink in. And if you'd carried on and like wrapped it up and like say squashed the fucking Ewoks into 30 minutes at the end of it, you wouldn't have even concentrated. You needed to stop that movie, get the hell out the cinema. And even at, 9 years old that I was, have a big fucking drink and go, okay, what have we just processed? And I think that's a movie ending that will never ever be taught. And then it just gets it gets cruel because it's bad enough that he's his dad, but then he gets his fucking hand cut off as well, and it's just like, what? It's bad enough. You know what I mean? The worst guy in the world is your dad, but then he cuts your hand off. So I think that I think it's incredible, absolutely incredible movie. I hate the prequels. They're just absolute fucking dog shit. Just an absolute mess. Awful dialogue. I like the sequels. Yeah. Sequels were great, and even the Han Solo movie, I thought was really good. I thought
my favourite is Rogue One.
Rogue One is an absolute masterclass because it's Seven Samurai. It's like a spaghetti western kind of thing, and it's just an absolutely incredible standalone movie. And but no, Empire is definitely my favorite.
Good man, totally agree with
you. I actually have an original. It's one of my most prized possessions. Which ironically enough, I don't know where it is just now. Well, I have an original shooting script from Star Wars where it's still it's an early draft because I did a documentary for Radio 1 when the prequels came out. I did an official Star Wars documentary, and that was great because I got to interview the likes of Dave Prowse and people like that. And so I got the producer at one point gave me this original shooting script, and I forgot to give it back to him. And so it's still called The Adventures of Luke Starkiller in it. So it's it's a really early draft.
Oh wow.
But you can tell it's not it's not, well, I don't know, because it's not, there's like notes in it, but they're like photocopied, so it's not like handwritten notes. So I'm not sure, But I love it.
You know what these Star Wars fans are like, though. They'll buy anything.
Well, there's a fair few in the comments. There's loads of people actually saying about their favourite Star Wars video game.
What about the game?
Oh, X-Wing, the original X-Wing on the PC. That first time that you could actually do those, aerial gun battles, and with the sound. That first time you heard the TIE fighter sound coming over the top of you. I thought that was a brilliant game. And it's actually, I was just thinking about it this week, because when you had the Bethesda launch of their games, and they had this game Starfield, which is basically taken Fallout and made it an intergalactic exploration game. But one of their kind of things that they're punting on it is it's not just a character kind of design, but you can design spaceships and have those aerial dogfights and gun battles. Nice. And I was thinking, that's interesting, actually. I'm trying to think of the last time that I played something like that,
That sounds really good.
Yeah. They're trying to say it's a rip-off of No Man's Sky, in it, but it's really,
Well, I mean,
I wanted to.
It is in a way, but No Man's Sky is also a rip-off of Elite. You couldn't go down the planet, So I think it's going to be good, and I like. What I loved as well about X-Wing and TIE Fighter as well was that I had a great quick shot. Proper kind of flight. It was the first kind of proper flight joystick that I ever had, and it was just it was glorious to play it like that when you had all your kind of buttons programmed, and it was just that wonderful. It's one of those great little gaming moments when the targeter turned. I can't remember if it was red and it went to brighter white, but when you were flying around, looping the loop, getting disoriented, and then you would just lock onto it. And that moment you got that little lock on was just one of the greatest, like, orgasmic gaming moments that you could have. It was brilliant.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, that's answered that, I guess. That's answered that question. That's
I did play what's the FPS one? Battle
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront, right? So
you got
my son Charlie was really into that game, and I played it once with him, 2-player, and that was just absolutely awful. Absolutely just embarrassing. I let him down. 2-player co-op, let him down.
Right, okay, guys. So, like I said at the start, that was a little snippet from the Retro 5 stream that we did with Dominik Diamond. Now, very special to me, all of this, because I grew up watching Games Master, and that's where I know Dominik Diamond from, watching that as a kid. And it was like revisiting your childhood. And what made it even better was that I got a chance to talk to him about Star Wars. I love Star Wars. All right, I'm not a big fan of the sequel trilogy and a lot of what Disney's done, but as a whole, I love Star Wars. And I knew from past interviews that Dominik was into Star Wars too, so I just felt that I really wanted to ask that question. And it ended up being quite a discussion about that as well as the games. So it wasn't even just the movies. And I thoroughly enjoyed the entire thing, which is why I wanted to cut it down into a little video of its own. So I'm going to put a link below just in case you didn't see the full stream. It's just over 2 hours long, and we all really enjoyed ourselves. It was such a great stream. And what I want to say actually at the end of this video is that I really want to thank Dominik for taking the time to come on there with us, because he probably doesn't realise how special this moment was for us. Like I say, it was a very important part of our childhoods. We all watched Dominik on the TV. And let's be honest, these sort of things don't come along every day. So when they happen, they're very special. So like I say, I'm going to put a link below so that you can go off and go and watch the full stream if that's what you want to do. Like I said, it was a great night, and everybody who's watched it so far has told us that it was such a great event. So yeah, I do recommend going and watching the full thing. Anyway, nothing left to say now. All I want to say is take care, stay safe. Nerdy Geezer out.